Hi, I'm Faith Miller. I'm going to read my short story, The Banyan Tree. I dream I dream of Lahaina before it went up in flames, of the old mission church, of the shops on Front Street, and of the banyan tree. I dream of the world before it went up in flames, before humans fueled the flames of Canadian wildfires and insurrection. I dream on an uncomfortable mattress in a city that I no longer claim as my own. Most of my dreaming happens when I am awake. When I shut my eyes, I can see myself a cheeseburger in paradise, eating the pickles, picking at the burger. I can see John across from me, picking at his peeling sunburn. I would not pick this memory if offered an album of them, but it recurs. Walking down the street, peering into the jewelry stores, wishing for a ring that was never in the offering. Sitting under the banyan tree, with a bottle of Coke in my hand, I would dream of giving up my life in New York and moving to Maui. Nothing bad can happen in paradise, can it? I said to John. It really wasn't a question. Bad things can happen anywhere, Camilla, he said, in that stupid, rational, patronizing tone he'd taken to using when he had to address me. The first 2 years of our relationship had involved more undressing than addressing, but that ship had sailed. This was, we both knew, the last time we'd spend time together. We both pretended, or perhaps I was the only one pretending, that it didn't matter. We stayed in the Mariner's Inn overlooking the harbor. I would have liked to stay forever. John spent most of his time on the telephone or at the beach where his fair skin burned an ugly purple. I spent my time in town, talking to the transplants in the shops, in the restaurants, in the square. I tried to balance and rebalance my budget so that I could move to Maui. I would learn to surf. I would grow pineapples or pot. I would wait tables and sell jewelry shaped like turtles. I would volunteer in the historic buildings. I would have friends. I would be happy in paradise. I was not happy with John. Why did you cheat? I said again. Not really a question. We've been over this. He sighed heartily. Could you stop beating a dead horse? Is that a real question? Could I? No. No. You really want to go over this again, Cam? He gave me that kind of pseudo-sad smile the department store Santa gave the kid who had just tugged his beard off. I don't want to hurt you. Unspoken again. Ha. Tell me. We were on the ground under the banyan tree. I was playing with the strap on my purse, and John was scratching his sunburn. He stopped scratching, spread his arms wide, palms up. The distance, Chicago, New York, you changed, we changed, she was there. They were there, I corrected. John's face matched his sunburn. Okay, they were there. I was weak. What do you want me to say, Camilla? I'm just a man. I flinched. I had not I did not plan to miss him when we parted ways at the airport in Oahu. We had watched the attack on the Capitol together in my apartment on Mott Street. We had sobbed in one another's arms. We had survived the early years of the pandemic, phone sex, Skype sex, sexting, long midnight drives to meet at damp, dumpy hotels in Ohio for a few hours of damp actual sex. I lived in his Winston Towers one bedroom for 2 months, working remotely, then not working at all. He had crowded into my studio for a month and a half at Christmas. I thought if we survived all that, the road was good. It wasn't. John was a professor at Roosevelt University. She was a professor there too. And then there was a conference in Las Vegas. And then there was the bridesmaid at my cousin's wedding. And she wasn't pretty or charming or young or even a stranger. We went to Hawaii anyway. The trip, oh, this trip, had been something we've been planning since the plague filled, nothing making it through the supply chain summer of 2020. We had met in Waikiki 4 years earlier, love at first touch, lust at first sight. Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Lights playing on the loudspeaker at the hotel bar. 2 Singapore slings later, he'd slung me over his shoulder and carried me off to his suite, where we spent the next 2 days before decamping for Maui. We brought paradise with us to paradise. I blushed at the sentimentality and looked at him coldly. Don't blame your gender, John. Assholes don't need one. I thought that was such a brilliant fuck you that I got up and left him sitting there, hiding in the shade, protected by the tree. The Hawaiians say the banyan tree has a spirit which represents strength and resilience. They say the leaves represent life, peace, and harmony. When John and I left Maui, I gave the tree a last lingering glance. When I left John, I turned away to avoid ever having to see him again. Now, I watch the news, crying at the sight of Lahaina reduced to rubble. The shops, the street, the wharf, the people are all gone. I sit on my lumpy mattress, box of tissues by my side, holding my laptop and searching for? This is a question. The buildings are gone. The people evacuated or they're somehow in the ocean awaiting rescue or dead. John was right about bad things happening in paradise, and I start to call him. But then I find a news story, an image of the banyan tree, severely burned, all the precious leaves gone, but the tree is alive, and that gives me the strength to cry. Thank you.